Considering perfect order of the universe, there have been extremely sensitive values in motion during the experience of the Big Bang. The order that began with the Big Bang, such as the cosmological constant and others, and how precise it is.
Yes, fine-tuning problems, well, some people, the fine-tuning issues of the universe are well known and in the physics community. I would say one of the things that is very compelling to me, an argument made from a philosopher, Robin Collins, who is also from Pennsylvania, and at a meeting a couple of years ago, one of the problems is that there are a lot of improbable numbers that have to be exactly so or we couldn't live. Because in many versions of understanding, say, well, it's not really a problem at all, because if you just have a lot of universes, then eventually, by random chance, you will get the things you need. And so, the analogy would be, suppose that you have a target for an, and you randomly hit everywhere, and if you have enough tries, eventually you get one that hits the. And so then now we find there's not just one fine-tuning, but there are multiple fine-tuning parameters. They show the gravity and the force, expansion rate of the universe, the speed of light. All of these things have to be pretty much exactly what they are, or life couldn't exist. And so some people would say, well, that's not really a problem, because again, if you have all of these different chances, all of these different universes, then eventually, you'll be able to hit all the targets. But you're thinking that you have one target, you shoot the arrows in a bunch of different ways, and you hit one target to the next target, and you do the same thing, you get all these answers. The problem is, with the fine-tuning parameters that we know of, they all have to be true simultaneously. You can't have one true and the other ones not be true. You have to have all of them true at the same time. And the law you change one, oftentimes will change some of the other parameters as well. So the analogy that Robin Collins was discussing, imagining a whole bunch of hoops, of circles, and maybe 100 of them, and you have to shoot an arrow and satisfy all 100 of these hoops by shooting an arrow through. Now, if the hoops are all in different places, there's no way that will ever go through all 100, because this one, you miss that one. The only way to do it, have all 100 hoops lined up in a line so that you can satisfy all of the constraints simultaneously. Then you have to add the odds of having all the hoops in line. Even if I have universes and I'm shooting arrows in all different directions, if the hoops are not all lined up, no arrow will ever satisfy 100 at the same time. So you can now say, even in a universe where you have multiple attempts, if the hoops are not lined up, you can't get something that satisfies and satisfies all the conditions at the same time. So we have a question, is how possible that any type of universe could allow life, because conditions have to be satisfied at the same time, or else if one of them is wrong, then